Hey there, I'm Shama Maher, CEO of Scaling Retail, and guys, I'm so excited to be able to give this recap of Project. Now, if you guys did have a chance to come to Magic and come to Vegas, you would have noticed that Project was actually pretty highly trafficked. Now, Project typically, guys, has a lot of the mass market brands, a lot of the big name brands that you're used to seeing, so it would make sense to have a lot of buyers and people that are still coming. Now, unfortunately, what I found this year was that a lot of the trade shows did have buyers who ended up canceling last minute because of travel restrictions and really kind of the unwillingness or desire to not have COVID or not get sick, even if they were vaccinated. So in terms of attendance, I would say a lot of the bigger brands that were here that already had POs, that already had accounts with some of the bigger clients, we're definitely seeing kind of repeat visitors. They were having a lot of meet and greets, and you could definitely see that their booths were kind of full. Now, when it comes to kind of the category alignment or how we think about categories at Project, think about some of the more mass market brands, right? Think about some of the brands that you're used to seeing in those contemporary stores, right? Even some of the brands that are, along the lines of specialty. So you see like niche suiting, right? Or you see kind of brands that are kind of focused on like specialized and highly embellished denim, right? So you're kind of seeing brands that maybe are kind of not necessarily tailored for that specific LA, New York, San Francisco, high-end luxury kind of contemporary market, but things are a bit more democratized in a lot of your smaller boutiques, but also in places like, your Macy's, for example. But what I did like about Project is obviously there were some little caveats and areas where there were some smaller brands that were benefiting from some of the crossover traffic. Now this year, and what I think is really special about this is, all of these different trade shows are kind of under one roof this year. You have, the off-price show, you have Project. We're not splitting things up in terms of Mandalay and Las Vegas Convention Center. You really have everything consolidated, and I actually think that that's going to bode very, very well for a lot of buyers who maybe weren't planning on being able to walk all these shows, but actually are now having the opportunity to get in touch with vendors they've never seen before. Now, what I like so much also at Project is we're seeing a lot of, interactive booths, right? Booths that are highly stylized, drawing a lot of foot traffic, a lot of attention. We're also seeing a lot of the sales associates and salespeople repping their garments hardcore. So in terms of things that are continuity factors that we're seeing season over season, definitely when it comes to building out your trade show, you want to stay on brand. You want to make sure that your staff is in the product, wearing the product. And some of my most favorite booths actually have people who are far more engaging and who are actually out there meeting people and out there saying hello to them. So when it comes to that interactivity, even though we're in the time of COVID, we're still seeing a lot of these brands take the next step to be engaging. And that I think was really well demonstrating at Project. My anticipation is that they're going to see a lot of orders being written here at Project, but certainly the majority of these orders might actually be doing their best over email and over these Zoom phone calls. But you know what? When it comes to a fashion industry, nothing quite beats touching and feeling textiles, right? And nothing quite beats that buyer who wants to really understand that product. So what you're seeing here, guys, are buyers who are really hardcore to their core identity, wanting to be out there in the field, wanting to talk to people, wanting to network, and that I really love. All right, guys, if you're interested in building up your wholesale strategy, wondering what trade shows might be right for you at your stage of business and depending on your customer market segmentation, send us an email at hello@scalingretail.com. Would love to be able to support your brand as you launch and scale. Thanks. Bye.